Good morning, everyone. Myself, Priya Sikwera, Senior Assistant Professor at PG Department of Business Administration of Alva's Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today, I would like to take a session on Introduction to Consumer Behavior. So let's understand what is consumer behavior, why the marketer has to understand the behavior of the consumer, and how exactly the consumer behavior is having impact on the sales, on the market, as well as on the profit of the company. To tell you all, successful marketers have realized that the formula for success is based on how effectively they have identified their customers' expectations from products and brands and provide the same with a high satisfaction level. These marketers are engaged in gauging the behavior of the customer, identify the sources, timings and directions of the changes in their behavior, the emerging new competencies and perspectives, all of which will enable them to respond to the changes in the most effective manner. I would like to give the definition which has been given by Schiffman. The behavior displayed by the consumer while searching for, purchasing, using, evaluating, and disposing of products and services that they expect to satisfy their needs is referred to as consumer behavior. I repeat, the behavior displayed by the consumer while searching for, purchasing the product, using the product, evaluating it, and disposing of products and the services that they expect to satisfy their needs is referred to as consumer behavior. Therefore, consumer behavior is also the study of how individuals are making the decision and how to spend their available resources. The resources are nothing but their money, their time, and the effort on various consumptions of the products. This definitions, which I already told you now, tells marketers to revolve every activity around the ultimate customer and gauge their behavior by specifically focusing on who buys the products or services, how exactly they buy the products or services, when exactly they buy them, from where exactly they buy them, and how often do they buy them. Again, I would like to conclude by saying consumer behavior is nothing but understanding how exactly the consumers are behaving while purchasing the product. So it is not only understanding after purchase of the product, but understanding before purchasing the product, right from deciding the product, which product they want, right? Then they will be going through a process, understanding which brands are available, which products they have to go for, and then they'll be deciding which product they should buy. Once they purchase the product, they will be analyzing or evaluating the product. They will be seeing whether the product is satisfied, whether they're happy with the product, and also the experience what they're having during their post-sale service. So here are few definitions I would like to share with you all. According to American Marketing Association, the dynamic information which affect and cognition, behavior, and the environment by which human beings conduct the exchange aspects of their lives. As per Peter D. Bennett, he says, consumer behavior refers to the actions and decision processes of people who purchase goods and services for personal consumption. As per James P. Angel, he says, consumer behavior refers to the mental and the emotional process and the observable behavior of consumer during searching for, purchasing, and post-consumption of a product or service. So the above discussions gives the following information about the buying behavior. Consumer behavior involves both individual, that is psychological process, and also group, that is social processes. Second, consumer behavior is reflected by post-purchase evaluation, which indicates satisfaction or non-satisfaction. Consumer behavior includes communication, purchasing, and consumption behavior. Consumer behavior is shaped by social environment, and also consumer behavior includes both consumer and industrial buyer behavior. Let's quickly understand the nature of consumer. First, the consumer behavior is influenced by various factors. So I would like to list the various factors here. So the first is influenced by various factors. That means there are various factors which influences the consumer. The factors can be marketing factors such as product design, the price, promotion, the packaging of the product, positioning and distribution. The second factor can be the personal factors such as age, gender, education, and income level. Third factor is psychological factors such as buying motives, perception of the product, and attitudes towards the product. Next one, situational factors such as physical surroundings at the time of purchase and social surroundings and the time factor. To give you example for situation factors is social factors such as social status, reference groups, and family. The last one is the cultural factors. Cultural factors are nothing but the religion, the social class. When I say social class, it can be caste or subcaste. So definitely consumers will be influenced by their culture whenever they purchase any product. Next nature is undergoes a constant change. As you all are aware, consumer behavior is not static, right? It undergoes changes over a period of time depending on the nature of the products. So what I like now, I may not be like after a few years. So to give you all example, when a kid is small, the kid will be liking the footwear, which has light, which makes music, right? Are we ready when we grow up to wear such footwear? No, right? So this is the best example how we can understand the changes which are happening in the consumer based on the various situations or factors. Okay. So the various situations which influences changes can be the income of a person, the education level, and the various marketing factors. The third nature is varies from consumer to consumer. Definitely all consumers are not same, right? All consumers do not behave in the same manner. Each one are behaving differently, right? So differences in consumer behavior can be due to the individual factor such as the nature of the consumer, the lifestyle they deal, and also the culture. If I have to give you example, some consumers they like technologies, right? Whatever innovative product comes to the market, they would like to buy. Same time, there are consumers who will not like technology and they are not going to purchase the technology unless and until it becomes compulsory that they have to purchase, right? Now, one more example I can give you, the friends, relatives. Some people are using Google Pay, some are not using the Google Pay. So this is one more example I can give you. There are many consumers who are liking only Apple mobiles, but there are consumers who are saying why I should go for Apple when the same features, same quality is available in other mobile like Vivo, Samsung, which are available at the affordable price. So consumers are not same; they differ from one consumer to another. Fourth nature is varies from region to region and country to country. Okay. So this is very well understood. The purchasing behavior, it's not same. One customer will be liking one product when he's in one place. When he goes to other place, depending on the a culture of that place, he'll be purchasing the product. Okay. Now, if I have to give you an example, the behavior of the urban consumer is different that of the rural consumers, right? Now, if I take the rich rural consumers, they may think twice before spending on the luxurious product, even though they have sufficient funds with them. But the urban consumer may even take bank loans to buy the luxury items such as cars and household appliances. The consumer behavior may also vary across the states, regions, and countries. It may differ depending on the upbringing of their lifestyles and also the level of development which is happening with them. The fifth nature is information on consumer behavior is important to the marketer. Now, the marketer need to have a good knowledge of the consumer behavior. They need to study the various factors which influences the consumer, right? Who are their target customers. The knowledge of the consumer behavior enables them to take appropriate marketing decisions in respect of the following factors. Now, the decision should be based on the product design, pricing of the product, promotion of the product, packaging, positioning, place of distribution. So the marketer has to study the opinion about all these factors before deciding any product, before deciding selling any product to the consumer. The sixth nature is leads to purchase decision. So definitely a positive consumer behavior leads to a purchase decision. A consumer may take the decision of buying a product on the basis of different buying motives. The purchase decision leads to higher demand and the sales of the market increases. Therefore, the marketer need to influence the consumer behavior to increase their purchases. The seventh nature is varies from product to product. Consumer behavior is different for different products. There are some consumers who may buy more quantity of certain items and very low or no quantity of their items. For example, teenagers may spend heavily on products such as cell phones and branded wares for snob appeal, but may not be spending on general and academic reading. But a middle-aged person may spend less on clothing, but may invest money in savings, right? Insurance schemes, pension schemes, and so on. Eighth one, improve standard of living. The buying behavior of the consumer may lead to higher standard of living. The more a person buys the goods and services, the higher is the standard of living. But if a person spends less goods and services, despite having a good income, they deprives themselves of higher standard of living. Ninth one, reflect status. The consumer behavior is not only influenced by the status of a consumer, but it also reflects it. The consumer who own luxury cars, watches, and other items are considered belonging to a higher status. The luxury items also give a sense of pride to the owners. So this is all about nature of the consumer. Now, I would like to tell you two different kinds of consuming entities. Okay, the personal consumer and the organizational consumer. When I say personal consumer, they are the one who buys goods and services for his personal use or for household consumptions, or just, it can be for one member of the family or as a gift for a friend. The products are bought for a final use by the individuals who are referred to as end users or ultimate consumers. The second type of entity is the organizational consumer. Now, when I say organizational consumer, they are the one who are buying the product in order to produce a new product, or it can be like, resell in the market. Okay. So when I say this, it can be profit and non-profit businesses. It can be government agencies like local, state, national, and also various institutionals like schools, hospitals, and prisons, all of which buy products equipments, and services in order to run their organization. Now, it's very important to understand why exactly the marketer has to study the consumer behavior. Okay, I have listed the various points. Let's see one by one. The first one is production policies. Now, the study of consumer behavior affects production policies of a entire company. Okay. Now, when the company studies the habits, tastes, and preferences of a consumer, uh, this discovery enables and the enterprise to plan and develop the products accordance with the consumer expectations. So it is necessary for an enterprise to be in continuous touch with the changes in the consumer behavior so that necessary changes in the products may be made. So unless and until the company understand what are the products the consumers are looking for, then it is difficult to satisfy the consumer. Next is the pricing policies. Now, when you introduce the product in the market, it is important to decide what is the effective price they can give for the product, right? Some consumers are price conscious and some consumers are ready to pay anything. So it is based on the target group, the marketer has to decide what is the best price they can fix to a product. Third one, decision regarding channels of the distribution. So channels of the distribution, you all are aware, in order to make available the product at the right place and the right time, the company has to choose a effective mode of distribution. Okay. For example, like, you can see FMCG product, there are daily usage product and it should be available in every shop. So it is easily available for the consumers. But if you consider the electronic items, it is not necessary. It has to be available in all the shops, right? So based on the product, the company has to make a decision which is the effective mode of channels they have to choose so that the consumer will get the product at the right time and at the right place. So understand the consumer behavior will help the marketer to decide the channel of distribution. Fifth one is exploiting marketing opportunities. Every company is looking for the opportunity to enter the market, be it a niche market, be it the existing market. So study of consumer behavior helps the marketer to understand the consumer needs, their aspirations, expectations, and the problems what they are facing. This knowledge will be useful to the marketers in exploiting marketing opportunities and also meeting the challenges of the market. Sixth importance is consumer do not always act or react predictably. So as I already told you, consumer behavior is not static, it is dynamic. And whatever the marketer is predicting the consumer behavior will not be same. Okay. So the consumer of the past used react to the price levels as if price and quality had positive relations. Today, weak value for money, lesser price, but with the superior features, this is what the consumers are looking for. The consumers are responding, to the effective offers, discounts, and sometimes also I can say when you give a cheaper price product, consumer may not like it. They may be thinking like, okay, cheap price is the less quality. Okay. So this is way like, consumers, you cannot predict their behavior every time, they are changing. The changes can be due to various factors. The seventh importance is highly diversified consumer preferences. Okay. Uh, Now, as you all are aware, consumers' income is increasing, the lifestyle has increased, right? So they are having diversified preferences. Okay. They need more choices, they need more features, they're looking for better quality. Unless and until you study their behavior, how will you understand? Okay, so they have to understand the diversified preferences or choices what the consumers are looking for nowadays. The eighth importance is rapid introduction of new products. Okay. Now you might have seen, how the technology is changing. Every day the new products are coming into the market, right? So in order to give, in order to understand what are the products coming into the market, what is the technology coming into the market. So if this has to be understood, they have to analyze the consumer behavior in order to understand what new things are looking for, what is their expectations with respect to the new technology. Then only the marketer can survive in the competitive market. The ninth important is implementing the marketing concept. So as you all are aware, marketing concept is nothing but satisfying the consumers, right? So it is like understanding what the consumers are looking for, what is their expectations, what is their needs, and after that giving, or after that producing such products and seeing that the consumers are satisfied. Okay, so this calls for studying the consumer behavior. All customer need to have to be given priority, right? So thus identification of target market before production becomes essential to deliver the desired customer satisfaction, and it's necessary to delight the consumers. So for today, I believe this introduction is enough. Next class, we will be continuing with the different topics. Thank you.